If you're somebody who likes to work on your own bow, a bow vise is an essential tool to working on it. If you're setting up your sight, putting D-loops on, or even just putting stabilizers on, it's a really nice tool to have to put your bow in. You know it's safe and secure, you can move it around in directions that you need it, and it really helps make things easier. These are just some of the vices that I've collected over the years, and I'm going to go through them and then tell you which one I like the best out of all. There's a few bow vices that I don't have here. These are just the ones that I've had and the ones that I like. So for the ones that I don't have here, I can't speak on them because I haven't used them. But I do have another one that's a cheap option. That could be a good option if you're in the market. Once I get that one, I'll do another review, so check back and look for that one, but that one has not came out yet. So I have these in order from price points, and I'll start over here with the cheapest. So this is a Howard's Ultimate Bow Vise. It's one that I never really have heard of, but it's a pretty good vise, and it's right about $250. Then moving on, you have the Baker Archery Products, and this one is about, depending on the options that you get, anywhere from $260 to $375. But it's all just depending on the add-ons that you get. But if you're going for just the vise, I think it's $260. And then over here I had the Last Chance Revolution vise, and this one's really nice too, but this one's going to run you about $350. And then it also has other accessories that you can get with it as well. And then over here is the OMP. This is the micro adjust, and it is the wide angled, and it's about right around $400, give or take a little bit, but with the wide angled limbs here, and then you have the micro adjust on it, and they have different options as well. This is just the highest end vise that they have. So I'm going to go through, I'm just going to throw a bow on each one of these and then show you kind of how it works, and then tell you what I like and don't like about each of them. And then at the end, I will tell you which one I will be using going forward and which one I believe is the best option. So I'll go ahead and throw a bow on them and show you how it works. So starting off with the Howard's Ultimate Vise. So you see you got a little nice clamp here, so you can clamp it onto any workbench or tabletop, or just anything that will fit into this vise or this clamp. Could also screw it down if you wanted to. Okay, loosen everything up here. Alright, so this vise portion, you can detach this and just use this. And I think they make different options too that you can slide the vise into. But by sliding it in there, you got 360 degrees that you can move this around. And then a little bit of adjustment up and down for the height. And then you can just lock it into place with these levers. This vise, you're going to be mounting it onto your grip or somewhere onto the riser to put your bow into this vise. And then it opens up fairly wide, but the way you adjust it to clamp down, you screw this in and out. It also has another screw here that you can kind of angle it in or out if you need to. So kind of a little bit of adjustment there. And then this will just slide into here, so you can put it in this way or the opposite way, whichever way you want. So that's kind of a nice feature. And then to level it, you're just going to spin this whichever way you need to, and then tighten this lever down. And it holds your bow really nice. I'll go ahead and throw this in and show you how it works. Okay, so you can see the bow will adjust this way either way. I'll do it this way. So you can see you got quite a bit of adjustment there. Then you can spin it sideways if you need to, however you want there. So with this lever here, once you get it set, you can easily rotate it up or down however you want it. And then lock it into place to work on it. Like I said, you can rotate it 360 however you want to do it. So So you got quite a bit of movement there just with the lever. Locks in place, holds it really solid. So just kind of show you how solid it is. There's just a little bit of wiggle in it, but not too much. If you're working on something, it does move just a little bit, but it's a pretty solid vise overall. Has some good movement to it and good features. For $235 or $250, it's a good option. Alright, so that is how that one functions. I'll go ahead and move on to the next one. Alright, so moving on to the Baker Archery Products. This one opens up the widest out of all of the bow vises. So if you wanted to work on something else like a gun or something like that, you could also fit that in this vise. Like I said, this is the workshop bundle. So you get a little plate here that you can put tools into, and also put whatever you're working to onto this plate. And they make some different attachments that can go onto different things like the Last Chance Archery vise, and then also just the bench top one. This can get screwed down, or you can also use a clamp to put it on. I just like to use a clamp, so if I'm working on something else, I can remove this. Go ahead and throw the bow on here and show you how it works. So like the other one, you're going to probably mount this onto the riser. You could kind of clamp a limb or something else in there, but it's more or less meant for the riser of a bow. So like the other one, you can rotate your bow 360 degrees either way here, but it does not flip around or be able to rotate, so you're kind of stuck onto that one plane. But there is one thing that is really nice about that is if you're going to set your third axis on your bow, everything's going to stay level, and all you got to do is just tilt your bow down. And then you can also tilt it in the up direction as well, so you can check that both ways. And then the nice part, and one of my favorite things about this vise, is you have the micro adjust here. So you can just tighten or loosen this, and it's going to raise your bow to get it level. Super easy to work on, really easy setup, and there's a lot of adjustment in this. So as you can see, it will go, as you can see, there's a ton of adjustment here with that screw, so you can really get it set up really nice. And if you really had to, you could work on your bow like that on it, but it could flip over on you, so I don't really use that function much. But the micro adjust on this vise is really nice having that, and it's still really solid by using that. One thing when you're tightening this, I really like that you can move this around, so you don't have to worry about it getting stuck on that. You can just lift and turn this, so you can really clamp it down, get it nice and tight. And this one is solid. It's probably the most solid out of the bow vises that I have here, and I really like the micro adjust feature. So really quick and easy to get your axis set on your bow sights, and then also really nice that it can hold your bow and you can work on anything with it. So go ahead and show you the next one. On to the Last Chance Archery Revolution bow vise. So this one you can just clamp onto a table or any workbench or whatever you can fit inside of the clamp. Like it that it's nice, easy to remove, and I do like the clamp system, just really nice for this tabletop. And then this is just a ball head mount, so you can tighten it. Okay, so as I was saying, this is just a ball head mount, so you can move it to however you want. Go ahead and get the bow thrown in here. Okay, so since it is just a ball head, you can rotate it about however you want it. So I do like that feature of it. And then with this other part, you can tilt it to whatever works best for you and position that you want. And just like the Baker Archery Products, you can move this lever out, and then it'll reposition so you can tighten it, so you don't have to worry about it hitting things and not being able to tighten. So I like that feature on that. You can move this bow to about in any position that you really want. Go ahead and loosen this up. So the functionality of this vise is really nice, especially if you're in tight places and you want to move this bow into several different positions to be able to work on it. So I do like that. You can lay it flat and then also just spin it around in whatever position is going to work the best for you. And then lock it down and in, and then you can also tilt this. So it's pretty easy to get your bow leveled in here. There's no actual micro adjust on it. And they do make different attachments, so you can put a gun or anything like that on here, but you do have to buy a separate attachment for that. Overall, this is a really good vise, and it's nice that you can be able to move your bow into about any position that you could want. You just have to loosen and tighten the lever. This lever is really nice and easy to move, and your bow is solid in this vise. This one and the Baker Archery Products are probably the two most solid, but I just like the Baker Archery Products one a little bit better than this. So I'll go ahead and move on to the last vise. Oh, and one thing I should mention about the Last Chance. So you do have a couple levels here, but once you get your bow in there, it's they don't really mean a lot. It's easier just to throw a level onto the bow. That's what I've found anyway. And on to the OMP Versa cradle vise. So this is the micro tune, so you can get it put into the perfect position if you're setting a bow sight or anything that you need to have your bow perfectly level for. So I really like that option on this vise. This is the wide limbed, so you can fit about any bows out there. You can either clamp this vise on or screw it on, but I really like this adjustable tension of the vise. So you can really lock it down, or if you're just kind of slowly trying to move it somewhere, you can just loosen up the tension on this lever, and it just loosens up the tension on the ball head. And then once you get it really locked in where you want it, you lock that lever in, and it's pretty solid there. So I'll go ahead and throw the bow in and show you how it works. So this is a limb mounted vise, so you will have to put your bow limb in there. There's really not a whole lot of other options to do with this vise. And the one thing, if you're short like me, it puts your bow up a little bit higher. So if that's something that bothers you, then this vise might not be the best one. But it is ball head driven, so as long as you have it into one of these two slots, you can tilt it down to about this position, so pretty much parallel or horizontal with a table that you're working on. You can flip it the other way. You can rotate it, but it will hit here, so you only have those two positions. So you can reposition it to different parts on your countertop to make it work. So that is one downside of this ball head, is you only have those two slots that you can fit it into. But I'm going to go ahead and lock it into place here. So that's locked in, and you can tell the bow moves quite a bit. So that's the only downside of this vise, in my opinion. But for getting it leveled up, these micro adjust knobs here, so you can move it up and down, and then also side to side with the micro adjust. Really, really easy to get your bow perfectly level, but if you are working up here on your sight, your bow moves quite a bit, so you kind of got to stop your bow, double check your levels, and make sure that you're still level. The only bad part about the vise, other than that, this thing is awesome. But if you're just working on it, it holds it pretty good, but it will wobble on you. So just one thing to keep in mind if you are looking at this vise. But if you're somebody who really likes precision and you want to make sure your bow is perfect, this is going to be the quickest, easiest way to get your bow perfect, from what I've found anyway. Alright, so now for the part of the video that you've been waiting for, which bow vise is the best. So for me, for the value and function of the bow vise, I have to choose a Baker Archery Products. This is the Pro Shop vise, like I said before, so it has that micro adjust, but you can also buy this micro adjust kit to put onto their ball head vise. So if you have the other one, you can add this to it. So I really like the features of it, and then the options of how you can mount it. There's other different budget bow vices out there, and some higher end ones that I might not have here, but these are just the ones that I have. So if I was personally going out to buy another vise, I would choose a Baker Archery Products. Hopefully that this video showed you kind of how each one functions and the good and bad of each one. I know I probably missed a few things, so if you have some questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll try to answer them the best I can on how they function and things I did like or didn't like. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. It really helps my channel grow, and I'm trying to grow this channel and so I can provide better videos to you and do new products that hopefully can help you become a better archer or outdoorsman. As always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you found this to be helpful, and stay hidden.